So Ontario just made a major announcement regarding the HST, and it could save home owners up to $130,000. Now that sounds great on the surface. There's a lot of information in this that I think a lot of people have questions on. Does this really move the needle? What does this mean for you as a seasoned home buyer, a new homeowner, some of you who already have purchased new construction? How does it sit for you? So, and I'm going to break all this for you in this video and really show you where we were before, what these changes mean, and how it looks like for you now moving forward. For those who are new here, my name is Clement. I'm a real estate broker here in the Greater Toronto area, and I mainly focus on residential real estate. So if you're in the market looking to buy, sell within the next 9 to 90 days is what I always say, or even a year or so, you could always reach out to me. My link is in the description. Let me know what you think about this new announcement. So I'm going to play what Doug Ford just said here, and we'll take it from there. So let's look at this. What is Doug Ford saying here?
I'm thrilled to announce that as part of tomorrow's 2026 provincial budget, we will be rebating the full HST for all new homes, no matter if you're a first-time buyer, second, or a 10-time buyer. You're getting the HST deducted, valued at $1 million or less, providing up to $130,000 in relief for home buyers. To reflect the reality of Ontario's housing market, we will extend that to $130,000 rebate to new homes valued between $1 million and then $1.5 million. And then after $1.5 million, it's going to slope down to $1.875 million.
Okay, so let's look at this. And I'm going to be referring to my notes here because I really don't want to miss anything here for you guys. And I want us to go back to what was happening before. So the HST only applies to new homes. So if you're a resale homeowner, this does not apply to you. There used to be this rebate before. It used to be a maximum of $24,000. The real HST that people were paying was in and around that $80,000 to $130,000. If I look at the new, if I give you an example of how it looks like right now, but first of all, I want to say this. It's not that the system is broken. It was just outdated before, because the average price for what homes were before in, let's say, around 20 years to 10 years ago is completely different to where the average price point is today. Even though the price has dropped significantly, it's still a whole lot more different. If we look at a home that was worth $1 million, the HST for $1 million home is $130,000. If you look at this, the rebate that was there before, which is around $24,000, that gap was still $100,000 that a homeowner buying this would still have to pay. And this was really affecting a lot of people. So what the government is changing here is it's increasing that rebate cap to $130,000 from $24,000, which was before, to $130,000 cap. And this is huge because it has expanded the eligibility for a whole lot more new buyers. And they're not doing this just for the new homeowners. They're doing this for seasoned home buyers, is what I call them. So buyers who have already bought more than one property, 2, 3, 4, 5. It doesn't matter how many homes you have. This still applies to you if you're buying a new construction home, not a resale home, a new construction home. Because this is where the main focus is. Who does this really help? And the first people this helps is the pre-construction buyers who were struggling to close. So a lot of new construction homeowners are in this position because they have to come up with so much money on closing. You're not just looking at HST. You're looking at the shortfall on the property value, because the people who bought their pre-construction in 2022, 2021, and they're coming towards the closing this year, the shortfall is, for some of this property, is about 200,000, 150,000, and when they have to come up with that difference because they bought the home at a higher value in 2021, and they're coming in today and the value has dropped, they have to come up with that, as well as the HST and the land transfer tax, which I'm also going to cover. The new construction home buyer, this is the other person this is going to help. A new buyer coming into the market today will feel a whole lot more at ease because there's not so much money you're going to be putting on the table in terms of closing costs and down payment. So this is going to help those ones as well. And the other major people that this would help are builders, because a lot of builders are in a situation where buyers are not able to close, and they have to do the extra, pay the lawyers to go after these buyers, sue them for the difference of not closing. And when projects are not finishing, the builders really feel it, particularly if you're not a major builder like the Mankeys and the Tridell. So you don't have a deep reserve pocket. So these builders are even they are also feeling it. So this type of builders, this pressure has been too much on them because a lot of home owners are not able to close. So this will release some pressure on these builders as well. And for the other people that this would help is the move up buyers. So those buyers who are moving from a condo, a semi-detached, and you're looking to buy a new detached home, this is going to be tremendous because a lot of the detached homes today, they're sitting in and around 1.2 to 1.5. That's a huge, no matter what you say, allowing somebody or giving somebody $100,000 back, that's a huge, I don't know how to put it. It's a huge plus for any new homeowner who's going to buy something like this. And it allows you to put that extra towards the home, and because this 100,000 was really just going straight to the government. It was not going anywhere else. So who does this not help? So resale buyers, if you're buying this as a resale owner, HST does not apply to you because what really applies to you is the land transfer tax. This new announcement does absolutely zilch for you because you're not in this market right now to find a new construction home. You are not in the market for any new construction home. So if you're a resale home owner, this does absolutely nothing for this announcement. You might as well just keep it moving. Just do it for your information. The other person this does not help is buyers struggling with down payment. This does not help your down payment because HST has nothing to do with the down payment. HST is a completely different entity. This was not going to the developers. This was not going to the lenders. It was not going to towards your property. This was going to the government. So it's not going to ease off on anything. The other thing that this will not help is the affordability. HST does not do anything towards your prices. It does not do anything towards the rate changes. It has nothing to do with it. So it just eases off on the closing cost. That's it. The other thing is the Toronto buyers. If you're a Toronto buyer, you're still going to be faced with land transfer tax. What I mean by this, because if you're buying in Toronto, you're always dealt, is it Toronto or Toronto, however you want to say it, you're faced with municipal land transfer tax and provincial land transfer tax. So you're always paying double land transfer taxes. So for a property, so some homeowners who are buying in Toronto, they're paying over $20,000 on land transfer tax. Yes, you can say it eases them off a little bit because you're not paying that $100,000 for $1 million home for HST, but still you're dealing with land transfer tax. So it does not really help you that much. Now, I want to get into what my take on this does. It does not provide a lot of solution, but it shows you, it just gives you some help. This is going to help transactions happen for sure. This announcement will help transactions happen because it has put people in a lot of stalemates. People really, I've had clients who just want to walk away because they're just saying this is just too much, including the down payment, including the land transfer tax, including the shortfall of the property coming in a little bit under than the value of when you bought it. Buyers are left with paying close to $400,000, $300,000 to just close one of the homes they bought. So this puts a lot of people in a really bad situation, and I see this helping a lot of new buyers or a lot of those seasoned buyers that were in this situation, and it's going to help transactions happen and move forward. The other people to help on the closing, as I mentioned, the closings, it's taking an emotional toll on a lot of people when it comes to closing, because nobody would have really been, if you bought a unit in 2022, there's no way you would have known this is what's going to happen in 2026 when it comes to closing, that your property would have dropped value by $200,000. I'm assuming if you knew that, you wouldn't buy that home. So it's very hard for a lot of people to be in the situation that we're in today. And I see this is why the government is introducing this, to help homeowners move forward. And particularly a lot of people who bought new constructions were new homeowners. So that's why it's being emphasized towards new homeowners. It does not fix affordability though. So just remember this. Affordability has nothing to do with HST. Affordability is things like rates, interest rates, income. This HST does not fix that at all. So don't look at it as, okay, so properties are not going to be more affordable. Absolutely not. And it does not lower the prices either. It does not do any of that. So you're not going to go to a builder and say, okay, so since we're not paying this HST, can we drop the price? No, that's not going to be an angle. A lot of people are going to think this is as a creative option. No, it's not going to happen. It does not solve the housing shortage. I would say it's more of a short-term stimulus as opposed to a long-term fix, because Ontario is still in need of houses, that's for sure. But what this will do, it will allow builders to come back into the market. It will allow builders to really feel like they can put in more projects. And I believe there's another announcement where they said they're going to reduce the amount of regulations that are going to be for builders, so that they can, because the amount of time it takes for a builder to apply for a permit and for a home to actually start getting off the ground in Ontario, I believe is the slowest in North America, which is insane. So they're going to ease off on some of those regulations, which would help a lot. Now, with the HST as well, definitely to help a lot of builders as well too. So I look at this as a short-term fix as opposed to a long-term fix. So we'll see. It's more of a we'll see what's going to happen down the line. So what should really happen next? And this is what I really think they should really emphasize on. I think the government should look into the land transfer tax. The land transfer tax is where a lot of people are hurting. When I do a lot of this consultations, when I'm sitting with clients, particularly buyers, and I show them the expenses of what they're going to incur, and I show them, because you're not paying agents, you're not paying any agent fee as a home buyer. The major cost that home buyers face is land transfer tax. And if you don't understand this, I can help you break it down. Just put a comment down below, reach out to me, and I'll break this down for you. But land transfer tax is a major thing. What should also be fixed as well is the income versus the housing gap. There's a huge gap between the income and the the average price for homes today, because the household income today does not support the value of the home or the affordability that a family can pay towards a home today. A $1 million home, you're paying a mortgage, obviously if you're paying 20%, you're paying a mortgage of close to some people are even paying close to $5,000 because the rates are so high for them. If you're getting an income of around $7,000 in total, or even let's say $6,000, so almost over half of your income is going towards your house. Let's say you have kids, it becomes too much of a pressure for a lot of people here. So that is something I really do think they should really look into and try and ease off. Obviously, the interest rates is something that I believe the government is really watching on. The Bank of Canada is really watching that. And the last announcement, nothing really changed. So our government really is dependent on what's going on in the state. So hopefully as things are changing out there, maybe there'll be some positive. I'm just trying to be positive here, guys. But the interest rates is just also another thing that really is affecting that. I really do think they should really focus on, not just this HST, because I generally don't think the HST moves so much of the needle, but it helps. It definitely helps, because I've seen what my clients are going through today. They really wanted to, because I see if they really wanted to unlock the market, they'd go after the land transfer tax. That's one of my notes that I put down here. I genuinely think that's a major thing. If they really wanted to attack the market, the land transfer tax is where they should really be focused on. So if you're thinking of buying a new home and you are in a situation, or you know anybody that is in a really tough situation with a new home that they bought, reach out to me. My link is in the description. Let me know what your situation is. Let me understand what you're going through, and we'll sit down for a quick 20-minute discussion to see if I could be of any help to you or not, and then just take it from there. But until next time, see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.